All right. Hey, guys, welcome back to howtobuycrypto.com. My name is Marco, and we're going to take a look at the market. We're going to take a look at investing your crypto. Should you or should you not? There's a couple school of thoughts there, but I do want to give a couple of shout outs. Why don't I show you here as I'm looking? Let's go over to YouTube, and shout outs to Kelvin, Rick, Joe. Thank you for the subscriptions, and happy for you guys to be in the mix, and hopefully you guys are getting some. Hey, look at that! I didn't even realize we hit 200. That's pretty cool. Thanks, guys, for tuning in and for sharing the news and telling people about the channel. It goes a long way to help me. If you hadn't subscribed, highly recommend it, because these live streams that happen, I generally take a little bit before I upload them here to the Facebook group. But either way, you can check them out. You can join the Facebook group here or the the YouTube channel. So anyhow, we're gonna get into it a little bit here. Coin market cap. I'll go ahead and refresh the page, and we are looking at $207 billion. Bitcoin 6,600 range, almost 67 here. Ethereum 322. Bitcoin Cash, man, it hit that spike at around 2,500 or so, and it's pulled back by half. And we'll see where it goes. I know there was all kinds of nonsense of people talking about how the flippening is happening between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin, and I'm thinking, seriously, you guys are really buying into this? But hey, a lot of people are, my buddy Josh Johnson, he trades volatility. And that's a good way to look at the market. It's when they swing to pull profit and buy back in on the bottom. And there's a lot of people that these kinds of things like Bitcoin Cash can make you a lot of money if you know how to play it right. And so he's enjoying that. And I'm getting better at it. I'm happy to say that, I do swing trading as well. And I just don't care for Bitcoin Cash. So that's, I'd rather not mess with it. So Litecoin 61.96, hoping to see a pop here pretty soon. And Dash pulling back a little bit. Oh, you know what? I can just tell you a couple of the ones that popped for me here. Not Neo. What was it? OMG. I pulled some profit there. Let me think. OMG. What else was there? Oh, it's not even up here. Z Classic hit for me again. Let me think. Zcash pulled profit there, and right around 10% on each of those that I pulled. And these are short-term gains that I'm looking at. And in fact, I was seeing down here, let's see, Steam, I could also pull that profit there. So anyhow, just looking at some of this and telling you where I'm at, just give you an idea of what's going on. Here you go. Ethereum Classic's up a good ways. It was down, 15 or less. So it's a nice little move here. And yeah, it looks like the big gainer here. Well, besides, Bitcoin, and Bitcoin 6,600 here on Poloniex, which is awesome. Hey, this could, depending on how you look at it, some people, you could say this is Adam and Eve bottom here. And we could be on our way back up. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at TradingView? And this, again, is TradingView, Bitcoin versus Tether on Poloniex. And this is the monthly candle. This is the 9 that I've been telling you guys about since last month. And telling you guys when I was going to pull profit before the hard fork, which I anticipated people pulling profit as well. And, I got that, on the money. And, made a nice profit there. I was buying in at 5,700. And here's the weekly. Now, the monthly says that this 9 is an opportunity to pull profit. The weekly hasn't completed that cycle yet. So we're on the 7 count here with the weekly on the Poloniex. It depends on, the exchange you're looking at and the indicator that you're looking at. But the 7 means possibly by the 27th, we'll get a 9. And this is a green candle. That's good. I told you guys we had room on the 6 to go way down and come back up and continue this cycle. Now, we'll see what happens. But basically, this is, good on the weekly, good as far as bullish for Bitcoin. And then you get down to the daily, And here we go. Something I want to warn you guys about. This could be another what I mentioned, dead cat bounce here, right? I was talking about dead cat bounce here on this pull profit here that I did at 75.50. Then it went down. You got a 1 count. And if you rushed it and said, man, it's bouncing already, we're coming back in. This one actually did on the CME news, go to 77.70, but that was, within an hour, it shot back down. And so, if you weren't trading in that moment and looking at your screen, you would have missed it. And so basically, the indicator flipped. And again, we were looking at downside. So you've got here where it flipped, but reversed again. And here it's possible to do that. This we won't know what this candle is by the end of the day till tomorrow. But for now, it's a green indicator. And hey, I'd be happy if Bitcoin's already bounced. And again, like I said over here on Poloniex, if you look at the, you could see this as a bottom. Double bottom, ready to go back up. But it depends on what you're considering here. So for me, I'm going to keep watching it. I did tell you guys over here in the group, it says here we go at 5K. Right when it was dipping down into the 5K range, I started telling you guys, hey, pay attention and see what. And thank you for that comment, Andre. And today, I'll say the same thing as that day. Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin. As far as dominance, I'm BTC all day. So so I started started scaling in a little bit. Started buying at 5,900, 5,800, 5,500, 5,300. As I was going in, my majority position is not in Bitcoin yet. I'm still watching the charts because this to me isn't giving me a certain buy-in yet. So I'll keep letting you guys know where I'm at and what I'm doing there, and hopefully you guys are paying attention too. And hey, if I'm wrong, you can say, hey, you were wrong here, and hey, I'm okay with being wrong. In fact, traders are often wrong, and depending on who you talk to, and if you're honest with yourself on when you get it wrong, because I've gotten it wrong, and I anticipated, based on some other traders that I watch and listen to, my cursor's showing up here. Let me get rid of that. Based on some of the other traders and investors in the space, they say that, you're generally going to get it wrong, around 70% of the time. And I don't feel like that's the case for me. I feel like I'm getting it about 70% right. Now, I haven't done the math on how many trades I've made versus how much profit. But obviously, my portfolio is doing really well. I'll be letting you guys know very soon, exactly where I'm at. And I'm pretty excited to share that with you guys. But maybe before Thanksgiving, I'll let you guys know, before that break, what I'm doing and where my portfolio is at. But basically, I've been doing very well. If you guys had just bought into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, like I was saying all the way at the beginning of the year, I didn't start this channel till I think it was March of this year, but I've been talking about Bitcoin since 2015 when I bought in. And so if you're paying attention and you're hearing me talk about it and why I bought in, you could have made it's $248 when I bought it. So that's quite a gain from the first Bitcoin that I bought. But basically, even if you bought in when, I was telling people, I personally was messaging people and saying, I don't want you to miss out. And in fact, I was telling people, I'm letting you guys know because I don't want to be, I don't want to be that person where people come to you and to me and say, why didn't you tell me about this? Why didn't you, it's going so well for you. Why didn't you let anybody know, what you could do with this? And obviously I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm day trading. I, left my full-time job for this because the truth is I make more money here faster than my full-time job, actually, and my other job as an associate pastor, put together. So, it's lucrative. And if you're smart and you know how to do risk management, there's plenty of upside here. And just buying and holding, guys, if I, invested at the beginning of the year, again, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin, went to my phone, downloaded the Coinbase app, said, I'll buy what they offer. And if you just did that from then, you would be up, easily 300+%. And, in conventional markets, it's unheard of. You can't do that, just by buying and holding. And I'm telling you guys, if you're not interested in trading and trying to learn the intricacies of doing that, buy and hold is a lot easier. And in 2020 is, long term. And I'll keep saying this over and over, because a lot of people feel like, well, I can't learn, I can't spend the time in front of a screen studying charts and learning these different styles of indicators. And but the truth is, you don't have to do that. You can benefit by just buying in where you're at, because in 2020, there's going to be a greater value than it is today. And I've been right, since I've been talking to you guys about this, with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So, pay attention, and hopefully, you are, and, or you can watch me. Hey, you're just curious enough to watch me and see what I'm saying, and not turn me off. I'm happy with that. Hopefully eventually that leads you to buying in and checking it out. But if not, hey, I'm glad that I have your attention. I'm glad that, I can point out to you how much it's benefited me. And guys, I was working a manual labor job, and I was working, through the night, back through the day, back into the night, and it was exhausting. And because it, wasn't my only job, it was very hard. The last 4 years of my life was a black hole. And, I often, would go without sleep but try and get naps in here and there. And it's just like I missed out on so much of life during those years. I'm grateful that I had a job. I'm grateful that I was able to save money because I had multiple jobs, and invest, how I have. And it's led me up to where I am now. But the truth is, there's better ways of doing life than having a 4-year gap of your lifetime where you couldn't go to, birthday parties and holidays and go to, the movies when you wanted to. And I didn't have a schedule at that job. So it was, I had to be constantly ready to leave for work. And we were often called, last minute and said, hey, you're supposed to be here right now. And so we'd have to drop what we're doing. If I was in the grocery store, if I was at a restaurant, I'd have to drop, what I was doing and take off to work. And it was, it got miserable sometimes. But, maybe that's what drove me to pay attention to crypto and try and find a better way. It's easier to move a mouse than to move anchor lines. And I think I want to stay this way. It's not, I prefer it sitting in the AC and not sweating it out. And guys, I had back problems for the last 4 years because we were deadlifting is what you did at work. And, it's like, I don't have those back problems. I've been starting to be able to go back and start training jiu-jitsu again, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. And I've been enjoying it. And you know what? I don't have the back problems that I had when I was working out on the docks. So it's like, man, it's just life has been better, and praise God for it. And I just, the future is bright. And if you guys pay attention and, make a couple of moves, you want to put $20 in, you can buy $20 worth of Bitcoin, Litecoin or Ethereum, and just hold it and see what happens, over time. Does this go up or does it go down? If it goes down, you can pull it back. What do you lose? A few dollars. And, you can see if what I'm saying is real or not. Right now is a great time for Bitcoin. I'm not fully in, but I told you I've been buying in, over the last few days. And, I'm waiting to see what the market's going to do, if we are going to see another, another leg down. And I think the market as a whole points to that. So, I hadn't bought all the way back in, but if it keeps going up, I'll be happy to keep buying more at a higher price than it is now. So that should tell you something, that, I do put my money where my mouth is, and hopefully you guys are able to learn along the way with me. But so I'm trying to think of anything that I may have left out. And guys, if you have any questions, you can always email me, hit me up on the Facebook group. There are some things like I've had a couple of posts in the group where people are pitching their investments. That's what I was doing, investments. Okay, so I'm not going to let you just post anything if I feel like it sounds a little scammy. I'm just going to delete the post, and you want to talk to me about it, we can talk about it and figure out, you can show me why it's not a scam, and then, potentially let you talk to the group about it. Or, I can bring you on. We could do a Google Hangout and we can talk about it, and we can have it as one of the episodes where you talk about, opportunities and different investments. Now, I will tell you, there's things like, BitConnect's a big one right now. The BitPetite just, was that was proven to be a scam. There's, what is it? Eth Trader or Eth something. I can't remember now which one, but there's plenty of them. There's plenty of them out there that are saying, hey, loan us your Ethereum, Bitcoin, fill in the blank, and we will invest it, or we will do cloud mining, or we will do, invest or trade your crypto for you and give you profits just for lending us your crypto. And, it'll be at a higher rate than you just earning, just holding on to that crypto. And I've been interested in doing it before. I've looked into it, but honestly, guys, what I look at, it generally seems like it's not a good idea. Number one, the easiest thing to do as far as protection with your investments is to buy Bitcoin, move it off the exchange. That includes, Coinbase, that includes Gemini, that includes Poloniex and Bittrex and Kraken. Move it offline, because just like your credit card information can be stolen, your identity can be stolen and spent, so can your crypto. So the best thing to do would be to bring it, offline into a hardware wallet, into a software wallet, where you have the private keys and you hold on to it. And they say that, if you don't hold your private keys, you don't hold crypto. If you don't hold your Bitcoin keys, you don't have Bitcoin. And to an extent, that is absolutely correct. So, if you're playing it the most safe, that's the way to do it. Now, if you do things like trade, like I do, you keep, a portion of that on those exchanges so that you can trade, you can be ready to buy back in or to sell out if you want. And so you are already taking that risk. Now, if you go, from leaving your crypto online to not only leaving it there, but investing it into something that maybe take months to get back that Bitcoin, you are also running the risk that if they have any hiccup and then there's a run on the crypto that's in there to pull out, they might not have, what they said they had to give back to you. People will talk about Mt. Gox, how they ran dry, and, a lot of people lost Bitcoin that way. And, they'll talk about a number of different exchanges. Now, whether or not they're legitimate, businesses fail. And, there's a lot of noise about BitConnect right now, about, people saying, hey, that it's a scam, or a number of different things. And if you ask Tone Vase, anything besides Bitcoin is pretty much a scam. So it's like, it depends on who you talk to. And I have considered, there's a company, USI Tech, that seems to be, a bit more legitimate. And, I know people that have personally made money that way. And, but the truth is, I would rather hold my own crypto, trade my own crypto, and have some offline that I don't have to worry about it being stolen or, lost. And my returns are good enough to, and in fact, in many cases, higher than if I were to have invested my Bitcoin or my Ethereum through another company. So in that case, guys, I'll just tell you what I'm doing. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your crypto, but for me, I'm not investing it into another company. I'm not just going to, trust somebody else to invest my crypto for me, because I can do it on my own. So anyhow, that's my take on it. And, do your research, guys. It's there's been so many of these companies that are overnight, or they might take a couple months to go down, or, over a year to go down. But you got to be careful however you do it. So again, my advice is I'm not investing my money. So, take that how you will. I'm not investing my crypto with anybody else. It's going to go where I can see it, where I can control it. And if I see something coming, where I can pull it offline. So anyhow, that's my thoughts on it. And hey, what do you guys think about it? Why don't you leave comments, questions for me? Hey, if you have something that you say, well, this looks legitimate, Maybe you can show me why it's legitimate, or I can show you why it's not, or why it seems that it's not. But however you look at it, guys, I'm happy to talk with you and find out what your opinions are on these things. And that's why I do this. You know, I want to be involved. I want to communicate with you guys, and I'm able to take your questions, you know, easier now. I have a little bit more time on my hands. So that I can do this. But guys, it's a pleasure. If you got any questions, you can email me at marco@howtobuycrypto.com. You can hit me up on Facebook, on YouTube, and let me know what's up. Your questions, comments, sentiments, opinions, memes. Happy to talk about them, guys. God bless you. I'm wrapping it up here, and we'll talk to you soon.